Gilbert Gottlieb.
Are you sick and tired of weak or sticky flippers? Is it your first time trying to fix a pinball machine? Well, this is the video for you. To perform this procedure, you're gonna need a few tools. A set of wrenches. A set of Allen wrenches. Wire strippers. A soldering iron. Some solder. Screwdriver. Parts.
Gilbert Gottlieb.
Step 1. Power off game.
To make it easy for you, I've designed this video to have a number right around here that tells you what to do next. So, when you see the number here, you pause the video, and then you do the step, and then you take a picture, and then you unpause the video, and then you see the step, and then you pause the video again, and then you do the step, and then you take a picture. If you follow this procedure, you'll have new flippers in no time.
Step 2. Open coin door. Three. Locate the release handle for your lock bar. As you pull it, lift straight up on the lock bar. Sometimes you have to push the glass forward in order to get the lock bar out. To remove the glass, slide it towards you slowly. As it comes out, make sure you support the weight of the glass by holding it up this way. Keep it balanced as it comes out. When it gets to the end of the track, go slowly until you can lift the glass up like this. And that is how you safely remove the glass. To lifting up the playfield, you want to pull it straight up towards you while you pull back on the plunger. When the game is straight up like this, you'll slide it forward ever so slightly, and you can rest it on these legs. Check the balls. You keep your other hand, your and then you remove the balls. To safely raise your playfield, lift it up like this, pull it straight towards you. Straight towards you. It'll come all the way out. Do not be alarmed by this. And then you lift it straight up. Keeping the energy going forward.
I'll never forget the first time I saw the bottom of a pinball machine. It was very intimidating. But you got this. You just follow these steps and keep pausing and keep taking pictures. And you got this.
Gilbert Gottlieb.
They should be near the bottom of the playfield or the top of your field of view at this point. Those are the flippers. Using your Allen wrench, you will loosen this bolt right here. If you see, that will relieve tension on this mechanism that puts friction on the flipper to grip it and flip it. They're pretty difficult to get off usually. But once you get it started, now you reach to the other side of the playfield, you grab that flipper and you lift it straight towards you and remove the flipper. Remove the flipper. Next, you'll locate two bolts at the end of and be ready for the coil stop to come off. Just gently support that with your finger. Now at this point in time, you're going to want to remove the coil stop, but keep your hand on this flipper coil right here. Because when it releases,
we should make an air freshener that smells of the BBC. Just have it be vape juice and
coil right here. Because when it releases, it's going to come down this way, right off of the flipper crank. Once you've removed the coil from the flipper crank and the plunger, you'll notice a sleeve of plastic on the inside of it. Now, if this piece of plastic is able to come out easily, oh, that was easy. That was a good one. If you're able to remove the sleeve inside of your coil easily, you still have a good coil, and you don't need to replace it. Now, some flipper rebuild kits come with bushings. Some do not come with bushings. If you really want to do a good job rebuilding your flippers, you'll want to replace those bushings. And of course, some people will prefer to get new bats. I prefer to get new bats, but you can clean your old ones. Next, you'll remove this spring, which helps the flipper return. Just want to unhook it from its post there. And along with it will come your flipper crank mechanism. Next, with your nut driver, you'll remove these 3 bolts that hold the old bushing in.
And I vote yes on voiceover on everything because then it keeps the sound level consistent. It's the worst part about a video.
Next, you'll locate your end of stroke switch. This is what it looks like, and you'll be removing these 2 bolts. Careful not.
I'm still not going to win, but it's still nice.
Nice. Alright, that's good. Oh, okay.
Wire strippers.
Okay. Take your new end of stroke switch. I'm of course going to edit this. We need to be aware of the electronics beneath it. So we're going to insert a cardboard piece of paper to protect against any drips of solder that might come during this. Some pinball machines have an outlet for your soldering iron right here. Every soldering iron has a different temperature in which apply a small amount of solder to the tip of your soldering iron. Place the heat on. Touching both the wire and the switch with the hot soldering iron tip, wait for 3 or 4 seconds, then touch it with solder. It will melt into a liquid if it's hot enough, and it will melt onto the wire and the switch. And quite sturdy. Next, you're going to reattach your end of stroke switch to the bracket. I'd like to actually turn one. There. Now's a good time to attach the return spring. That was beautiful.
Professor walks in the record store. I was like, "Hey, Tony, how you doing? What are you doing here?" And then it hit me like a dang.
Yeah. Insert the new coil sleeve. Take your brand new flipper bat around to the front. Put it inside this bushing, so. Now take your brand new flipper mechanism. Put this in here. There we go. Once you've fully inserted your flipper shaft, now's a good time to hook the recoil spring back up. Now you're going to take your flipper coil, slide it up to this plunger right here, just like so. And you'll take your coil stop to secure to the back. Before you finish tightening these two brackets for your coil stop, you want to ensure that the flipper moves freely and comes back easily. Okay, the end. A properly adjusted end of stroke switch should break contact just at the very, very end of the stroke, so that the flipper can be on maximum power between here and there. At this point, you carefully lower your playfield, sliding it back just like this until it stops, resting it on the handles like this. Stop. Okay, now what you do is align the flippers with these dots right here. Sorry. Double check the gap of your flippers. When it's like this, that's perfect. Now you're going to tighten up this one right here. Tighten it up just a little bit, not a lot, just to give it tension on the bats. Once you've confirmed that you have perfect symmetry in your flippers, gently return your playfield to the downward position. Okay. And once you've completed your flipper rebuild job, wipe the balls off with your shirt. Fingerprints will damage the ball, which will damage your playfield. Okay, carefully replace glass in your pinball machine. Now enjoy your new strong flippers.
If you like this video, please mark your calendars for Friday, June 28th, which is 2 Fridays from now. The next video is going to be a surprise, so I hope you'll come back to see it, because it's going to be very, very, very surprising. Anyway, till next time, may all your jackpots be super.
Gilbert Gottlieb.